we have Adapa Srinivas, pardon me, or the Chief Growth Officer of Premier Energies. Mr. Srinivas, good morning. Thank you so much for joining in. I believe that we also have Sudhir Mula, of Chief Strategy Officer of Premier Energies, joining us as well. To both of you, thank you for joining in and taking us through what seems to be a very, very strong listing. Mr. Srinivas, let me come to you on the way forward. Firstly, if you could just tell us a little bit more about where the proceeds of these, the issue are going to be used for, and what areas are we looking to see investments going forward into this financial year?
Sure. So firstly, thank you. We're very humbled and feel extremely responsible in terms of our endeavor to build solar in India, and with the response we've got from the markets. Like we just shared with our team, this is just the beginning as we embark further on. Specific to your question, the raise that we've done through this allocation is fundamentally to drive our capex investment. The proceeds are towards a new 4 gigawatt module line with the new TOPCon technology, and another 4 gigawatt cell line, again with the TOPCon technology. For both the plants coming up in India, that's where the proceeds would be. The module line we expect should be operational and commercially ready in early FY26. While the cell lines take a little bit time, it's a complex process, so we expect it to be up mid FY27. So that's where the raise largely is coming from, to your question.
Okay, Sudhir, if you could come in on production for the company in FY24, and are there any growth targets that the company has set itself for?
I think the results have been part of the RHP, where we have done pretty well in the first quarter of this year, and we'll continue down that path. We have added last year about 1 gigawatt of cell and 1 gigawatt of module, and we'll see the full production of that in this year, and we estimate that the turnover will double this year compared to last year.
All right. Also want to talk about your current capacity. Sudhir, I'll address this question to you as well. The company has about 5 plants currently. How is the capacity utilization currently looking at, and are you looking at an expansion?
The capacity utilizations currently are hovering around 75% to 80% for the module and the cell lines. And the capacity utilizations are going to go up a little bit more this year. Considering last year was the inception of the second cell line and the second module line. And as you know, cell is a complex process and it's going to take some time to ramp up. And we are through that ramp up phase, and now we are into full production every month.
Okay.
And we'll be adding the 4 gigawatt from the proceeds for this thing. But apart from that, there is another 1 gigawatt of TOPCon cell line that is going to be operational early next year, before the 4 gigawatt comes online.
All right.
If you look at it, just to add to Sudhir's point, right?
Yes.
So sorry, go on.
No, please go on. Please finish that point.
So I was just finishing Sudhir's point that, currently we have 2 gigawatts of cell line and we've got 4 gigawatts of module line. So, to Sudhir's point, we're adding another 1 gigawatt of cell line this year, in this financial year. So that brings us to 3 on cell and 4 on module, and then another 4 and 4 coming in FY26 and 27. So that's the capacity roadmap in terms of our expansion.
Consolidated will be at 8 gigawatt of modules and 7 gigawatts of cells by FY26-27.
Okay, fair enough. Srinivas, back to you. Your current order book stands at around 5,900 crores, if I'm not mistaken, and this is across 4 segments. Can you tell us a little bit about your expectations in terms of execution timelines for this order book right now?
Sure. So our execution timeline for this order book is for 18 months. And the way we've built the company over the years, and we continue to do so for the future as well, is to have a diversified customer base. We work with prominent power plant owners like NTPC and etc. in India, and we also have a very robust pipeline for the PM Surya Yojana Ghar, working on the rooftop solutions, and of course we also have a export component as well. So about 4 to 5,800 odd crores spread across 18 months is the order book. And again, to your diversification point, spread across power generators, spread across rooftop, and we also, of course, supply cells to some of the module makers in India and abroad.
All right. Srinivas also wanted an understanding on the margin profile of the company. I'm sure that because you guys have so many products, and the fact that we've actually seen a significant improvement in margins over the past 3 years. Firstly, if you could give us a product-wise margin profile, and if there is, there's an anticipated change in the product profile going forward as well.
So I think to your question, we are one of the fewer integrated players in the category, in the sense that we of course have a module line. We also have backward integrated, and we make our own cells. Cells directionally provide better margin than modules, number one, and number two, even just in terms of supply demand economics, the supply crunch is a little bit more on cell. There is only about 7.5 gigawatts of cell capacity available in India, and we are one amongst those few players who've come there. To your point on how we've been ramping up on the key metrics, both the top line as well as the bottom line, one of the key drivers for that is the stabilization of our cell lines. We are at a stage where we've seen our current 2 gigawatt cell line fairly optimized, and we are improving with every production run, because cell lines are complex. It takes time. It takes time to deliver that efficiency that is required for a right power generation out of the module. So yeah, to your question, it gives us that bit of advantage, because cells are marginally better in terms of profit profile, number one. In terms of future, I think obviously we can't give you specifics, and our guidance is due to come post our board meeting, etc. We've just listed about half an hour ago. But we feel the growth in solar overall is robust, and just given our backward integration plans and our cell capacity numbers, we are in a good place to leverage that growth.
Okay, well, we'll leave it at that. Thank you so much for joining us and taking us through what the company has in store in terms of plans for the future. Very, very strong listing for Premier Energies, of course. In fact, it actually listed at a 120% premium to its issue price. But it does seem like it's seen a little bit of selling, perhaps also on expected lines, because it's not every day that you, in fact, do see such a surge in the kind of returns that you're on the listing day itself.